I know that we're live, you guys. I'm going to wait until some people get tuned in here, refresh this, because I'm hoping we have time for questions. If you guys have questions, you can put those in the comment section of the video. And if this thing works, we'll see them. And then we will get started here before too long. I know that it's noon, so some of you guys are probably taking a lunch break and looking for something to watch, something to learn. I think we're going to get started right now. Go ahead, if you can, for me, share this video so that more people see it. Obviously, that's always helpful. But we're going to have a really good conversation with Dr. Kevin Miller. We're here at EP True Chiropractic. It is right here in West Des Moines. It's literally 10 minutes from where I grew up. So it was really easy to find. And yeah, if you don't know about EP True Chiropractic, Dr. Miller, why don't you tell people a little bit about
share a
yourself?
little bit about my background in office. I had a neck injury as a collegiate wrestler, stingers going down my arm, a bunch of weakness where my left pec shriveled up and my tricep. So I had a bone on this side and muscle on this side, and kind of went medical route first, and didn't help me, the drugs and the pills, and finally did an MRI and had herniated discs, and ended up going to chiropractic. And I'd never been before, and that's what got me well and saved my career. And I ended up going to chiropractic school. I started out on the going to the medical school track, and the drugs, that just never made sense to me. So I ended up going to chiropractic school, and that's kind of my health journey, and really where it really starts in understanding how the body works and how healing happens from the inside out on the body. So that's been ever since. That was 20 years ago, been my passion to help people naturally, and teaching people that their body can heal from the inside out, that depending on the outside things, will it save your life in a crisis? Absolutely. Medical model, and I'll never say that, but when it crosses the line and starts damaging people, then that's where I have a huge problem. And just within my own family, I've had situations where that happens, and literally, people in my family have been damaged by the medical system, and I just have a huge problem. And living through that, addiction problems with drugs, and it just was not fun. So now, 20 years in, got an amazing clinic and staff that we're all on the same mission. We want to help people and educate. It's all about education and giving people both sides of the story and letting them make the decision. It's their body, it's not my body, it's not anybody else's. It's their body. They know their body better than anybody. But help them make their own decisions so they can be healthy and vibrant and live their purpose the way God intended. And that's what our purpose is here.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there when you talked about the education portion of this, because so often people go to the doctor, go to the clinic when there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a way that we could be more preventative
Yes.
in our care and our health, but you can't do that if you don't know what you don't know. And the only way to do that, obviously, is to learn. So you guys do a number of blogs, you do a number of videos where you tell people these are ways to stay healthy.
Yeah, we're always trying to get that information out. We do live events, and then also online. So I'll jump on and do lives we have some different groups just for patients and then to the public, but always trying to give information so people can make better health decisions. I mean, if you look at the word health and you drop off TH, it's heal. So how does the body heal? And that's what we want to give people, that information, so that they can heal effectively and without drugs and surgery. That's kind of the goal, and prevention. If you prevent things, it never happens. So that's the best way to do it. But when you're in trouble, most people come in, we have a lot of pain, you're in pain, but we want to teach them to not go back to that and change their life, because it's usually a lifestyle issue, whether it's a physical trauma, emotional trauma, or chemical trauma into your body. You're either toxic in something or deficient in something. And if you can balance that out, health comes out. It's pretty amazing. The body's amazing.
Yeah,
if you let it work.
Amazing
correctly.
how the human race survived so long
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
medicine and everything else
Yeah.
ever existed.
Yeah.
And so part of the education piece, you guys, is every year you guys
Yep.
do a conference now, and this year it's educated making sense of the confusion. And last year it was educated the truth you need to know, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Um, it was this year will be 9 to 4, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, April 2nd. And you guys are going to want to make sure you get tickets. You're going to want to make sure to be there because, again, you got to figure out and learn what you don't know. Dr. Miller, why don't you tell us a little bit about the plans for this year's
Yeah,
conference?
so myself, Melissa Grandin, who's our nutrition staff, we do some functional testing to find out how the body's working inside. I call it taking an X-ray of your insides to see how your metabolism is working. My partner, Dr. Humam Hussein, is going to be speaking about his story and how his life was and his family's life was transformed through natural health and chiropractic. And then I'm going to be talking about immune system, and that's a hot topic right now. How to keep your immune system strong, and whether it's your gut health, natural immunity versus acquired immunity, and just how to keep your immune system strong. We're equipped with everything that we need, but you just gotta put some time and energy into your body, and it's going to treat you good, and it's going to fight off viruses, bacterias, and all this stuff. Stuff's in the air all the time. It's not just now. It's been around for viruses and bacteria have been around for many years, and like you said, the human race has survived many years. So you have a powerful immune system, and I'm going to really focus on that. And then we're bringing in a national speaker. His name is Del Bigtree, and many of your audience probably have heard of Del at the High Wire, highwire.com. If you haven't, go listen to his weekly show. It's on Thursdays. 6 million views he gets every single week, more than mainstream media. But just with everything going on, he really brings the truth and the studies, and he sends an email to you the next week on what it is. All you got to do is sign up, and you get all the stuff right there in your inbox. So it's the truth, and there's so many different things going on right now, confusion, there's different sides, and I believe we all need to come together and not separate, and not whatever your decision is, but the important thing is have an informed consent.
Right.
Know what that this product's doing, what you're putting in your body, and then make a decision. If you decide to, great. If you don't, great. But we shouldn't be mad at each other for not picking sides. We should be coming together as a group, as a population, as human beings, and being nice to each other, and not segregating ourselves from each other.
Well, and the other thing people need to realize is what's best for me and my health doesn't necessarily mean that's what's best for you and your health, and that extends out to every other individual.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal point. And I'll speak to that because I've adjusted thousands of people over 20 years, and even I get adjustments don't respond same for everybody. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different, we're different human beings, and everybody can need different care. So one solution for the whole population is not the answer.
Right.
That is not the answer. And unfortunately, that's kind of what what everybody's saying is you gotta do this one thing, and you don't. And like I said, informed consent. What's in this thing, in the vaccine, or in drugs, or in supplements, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be just the vaccine, but if you know what it is and know what the risks are versus the reward. If you know what the risks are and the reward, you make the decision. Everybody should have that opportunity to make that decision.
Yep. And the other thing, obviously, we've seen in the last 2 years, you mentioned it earlier, is just all the added attention around the immune system. And you had a video earlier in the wintertime, cold and flu season, whatever they want to call it, that went over some of the things that people can do to keep their immune system healthy and everything else. And you guys have products here at the clinic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean supplements, simply vitamin C, vitamin D, especially in the winter. I mean, we're in Iowa here, starting to warm up soon. I'm a big spring and summer guy, but in the winter we don't get the sunshine.
Nope.
And there's days that I come to work, it's dark. I leave the office, dark. Never get out in the sun. So supplementing vitamin D, especially in northern latitudes, is huge. And get your vitamin D tested. We have little vitamin D test kits. You can poke your finger at home, send it in the lab, and find out what your number is. It should be, I think it should be 60 plus. Sometimes the medical tests they'll say 30 plus, but it should be 60 and above if you want to have full immune function. There's been a lot of studies done on vitamin D and the incidence of getting viral infections. Higher the vitamin D, lower chances of getting infection. Lower vitamin D, higher chance of getting infection. So there's it's an essential nutrient that everybody needs. The best way to get it is in the sun. Sun hits your skin, the cholesterol in your skin makes vitamin D, and everything's good. But again, in the winter we don't get there. Zinc is another one, and then diet, like sugar. We all love sugar. I'm guilty. You
Look at me.
You love to have the sweet tooth, and I'm guilty as charged. But the less that you have, that's an inverse proportion. Sugar goes down, immune system goes up. Intake goes up, immune system goes down. And that really gets in there. Sugar sticks your white blood cells and red blood cells together, and it decreases immune function. So just some easy things that you can do every day to keep building that immune system. I'm going to go over a lot on GI system, a lot on the nervous system, how neuroimmunology makes your immune system stronger. So there's a huge relationship between how the nerves work and how the immune system works.
It's a great time to talk about how the diet affects the immune system as we're sitting here at lunchtime.
Yeah.
For some of you guys, and you may be eating in the car on the way back to the office thinking, oh boy, what have I done? If you guys have questions, feel free to put those in the comments. I'm doing my best to monitor those. We will try to get to any questions you guys might have for Dr. Miller. The conference, I really want to stress, what I want to say to you guys is don't just come by yourself. Bring a neighbor, bring a friend, bring a relative, somebody who you think could really benefit from this information, because it's going to be a ton of information, and it's not going to be the sort of information that you're going to be able to hear it once and then go and tell your friend necessarily. I don't want to say it's complicated, but it's just a lot of stuff that we don't know simply because for whatever reason, it's not information that the media or heck, I guess it's been 20 years since I was in school, but I don't remember learning a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, well, and just with the whole thing, there's never been mainstream media that said throughout the whole pandemic time, for example, they've never said, okay, here's what you can do to keep your immune system strong. It's always what outside in thing do you need to beat it. And my philosophy, I just had a little baby, so I go back to this all the time. Building a baby, two cells come together, beautiful little baby comes out 9 months later. Like, that's powerful. God gave us that ability to build that baby and deliver that baby, and now we have it build. Everybody has that power inside them, and to fight off, immune system, anything. But you treat a baby really well, right? You feed the baby, you hold it, you treat it well. But unfortunately, sometime as we grow up, we get taught that you can vandalize your body and beat it up, whether it's through diet or sometimes it's things you can't control through accidents, trauma stuff, emotional stuff. We beat our body up and then expect to get fixed by a surgery or pill. And it's just not the way the body works. The body is designed to heal naturally.
Yeah.
But we just gotta get rid of those interferences.
So you guys, if you're interested, go to eptruechiropractic.regfox, that's regfox.com/educated. We'll throw up a link in the comments of this video. We'll put it in the article too. The doors open at 8 a.m. It goes till 4 p.m. There is opportunity for early bird discount.
Yeah, there is an early bird discount going on right now. I think March 1st it goes up to 55. Right now it's 45. And I just want to give a plug to Dell. If you haven't heard him speak before, he is dynamic. And you know, like I said, this event is for everybody, not just one side. We want everybody there so that they can learn and build togetherness, build a community. That's what it's about. Community. Dell's a great speaker, phenomenal. You'll enjoy it, I guarantee it. You'll learn something. And we were doing it at the Hilton Garden Inn out in Johnston. There is like at about 225 cap on people, so get your tickets now. It will sell out, and we just want to make sure that you're able to get there.
And that's $45 as long as you sign up by March 1st.
Yep.
You get a lunch, and you get an entire day of information. And this is stuff, again, that you're probably not going to get anywhere else.
No.
And as Dr. Miller just said, Del Bigtree, if you guys haven't heard him speak, I think I've heard him speak twice now. Engaging, energetic, very insightful, and passionate. I mean, the thing is, it's really easy to listen to people who genuinely believe what they're talking about. And there's no doubt that he is a big believer in what he talks about.
Yeah. Yeah, and his background is he was a producer on the Doctors TV show on CBS and Dr. Phil. So he was the producer of it behind the scenes. He won Emmy Awards behind it. And then his background is he wanted to start putting on, like, hey, let's talk about chiropractic. Let's talk about natural things. Let's talk about supplements. And basically they wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
And so there were some topics that he kind of got shut down on, and he got sick of it and left, and he just went out on his own, and now, you know, investigating the truth and finding the truth and informed consent, so we can tell the truth and
so
get that out there.
Danielle asks, will Dell really be there in person?
Yes.
And you're not tricking us right now.
Not tricking.
Lisa wants me to put the link and info in the chat. I will do that as soon as I kick the next question over to Dr. Miller. And Lynn asks, she takes all the supplements that you mentioned.
Yes.
And she gets outside whenever possible. What are your thoughts on taking quercetin?
Yes,
Quercetin.
Yes, absolutely. That is another good nutrient for your body to build the immune system. So yes, on quercetin.
And I almost even pronounced that right. So
you did. Good job.
I almost said every dog has its day, but boy, that would be really degrading to me. I'm gonna get this in the chat if it'll let me. This is the link. I just put the link to get the tickets in the chat, you guys. I'll pin that to the top of this video as soon as I get time. Desiree, she thinks the mainstream media is starting to talk more about immune support, but it has not always been that way. When COVID broke, very few, if any, were talking about immune support, only masks and vaccinations.
All outside in. Let's focus out. Always outside in.
The other thing about this conference, and what I was kind of amazed at last year, for lack of a better term, is the variety of information. Like, you're not just getting up there, and oftentimes when you go to a conference that lasts the full day, you're going to hear things over and over and over again. Sometimes that's not the case here. I mean, each of you guys hits a topic that's very needed, and you're not repeating each other.
Yeah, and Melissa's topic will be very good also on, she's going to focus on some of the functional stuff, like some alternatives I'm finding. It's not just blood work. Okay, my cholesterol's high. Now what? What do I do? Where the functional testing is, let's dig into methylation and detoxification. How's your gut working? Is there any heavy metal toxicity? Hormones. So how your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA, all the in detail stuff. If people out there love the detail stuff, you get so much information on these tests that you'll spend days reading about it. So, so you're gonna get some different topics, and you will learn, and you'll be entertained, and you'll wanna get healthy after coming away from it.
Well, and it's one of those rare opportunities, and there are more opportunities this year than there were last year to just get together with other people and just enjoy friendship and fellowship and all those things that unfortunately for so many people they've missed out on the last couple years.
Yeah. It's time to get together again and enjoy community, meet new people. We always have, we do a monthly event where people come and they like, oh my God, I haven't seen you for 10 years, and there's a reunion, or that's what we want to build and keep building is a community of people that are on a mission to help others. Our mission is to help other people get to a place where they're healthy, and that's what life's about. When you get sick, you get a diagnosis, you'll do anything, you'll spend any amount of money to get that health back. Well, invest in it now, and then you never have to get to that place. The number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is 67% is your health problems. And if you invest in your health, it's not an expense, it's an investment, because it'll save you thousands, maybe millions later on in life.
And not even just the money, but the quality of life. We all probably have somebody close to us who struggles with one issue or many issues, and it's no secret, like every day is just a grind. Every day is just a grind at that point. And if you could avoid all that, or even just delay all that, I mean, what a difference that makes for when it's your time to basically be a grandma or a grandpa, and you don't have to punish the kids anymore at that point. You get to send them home. Just enjoy it.
And you want to be healthy, vibrant, have the energy. The one thing that people, when I ask what's your goals, I want more energy, or I want to lose weight. Those are two of the things that people want all the time. And if you can have more energy to live that life, purposeful life, that's the goal. That's what we want.
All right, so again, April 2nd, Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Hilton Garden Inn in Johnston. It's just, I mean, I can't stress it enough. You guys really find somebody to bring. That would be kind of my challenge, even though you don't really need a challenge from me. That would be my task to you, is find somebody else to bring, because if you're willing to go to this, you're already willing to be sort of uncomfortable or go against the grain, maybe learn things that aren't common knowledge. But now you got to find somebody else to share that information with, and there's no better way to share it than to actually just have that person with you. And again, $45 until March 1st, not going to break the bank. I don't know what a clinic visit is anymore in terms of going to the doctor, but I'm pretty sure it's around there. So if you could learn something that would help you avoid problems down the road, you can't put a price on that.
You can't put a price on information that you learn, and then taking massive steps, or even little steps. Sometimes you got to start little bite-sized steps to getting your health back. Very important.
It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, there's how many times I've started P90X like 20 times in my life, and I don't think I've ever made it to the 90 part. That 90th day is elusive. But it is, it's the one body you get, it's the one life you get, and the body's a temple, and you got to take care of it.
That's amen to that.
So anything else that you want to hit on? Obviously, you're here all the time. This isn't just a conference thing. It's not just a once in a year thing.
And why we do this is we do want people to take action after it's done, and we'll go over some different things that you can do and start the next day or start that day, and that's our goal, is to move people in that direction and and it really comes down to their big why. Like, why do you want to stay healthy? And if you cannot get that and have that motivation, spur you through, and you always constantly need to hear it. And that's why community is so important. If you're around people that want the same thing and hold you accountable, you'll do that all the time.
So again, you guys, like the video, share the video. invite your friends, your neighbors, your family to this event on April 2nd. And if you're in the Des Moines area, West Des Moines, Johnston, Urbandale, I mean, you probably get patients from all over Central Iowa.
We get people that drive 2-3 hours sometimes
Yeah.
to come here. So yeah, we got people from all over the state that they drive down to the clinic to get our help. So yeah, doesn't matter where you're at, especially this one day thing. Come down and spend the night. Enjoy Des Moines for the night, wherever you're at. So it'll be worth the time.
Yeah, and
sure.
again, Dell Big Tree live in person.
Live in person.
No question about it.
You will be here.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dr. Miller,
Yeah,
for
thank you
everything
for-
you do, the information you provide. It's truly a service.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. See ya.
All right, we should be good. I'm gonna keep